Hello and welcome. It's good to be back. Boy, did I miss it here in Box Hill. Plenty of cloud about tonight. They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp and the crowd are appreciating it. The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banner looks great and everything is spelled correctly. Mind you, I'm the last man to ask. The banners look great as the players get set to run through them.
We love our club and we play to win, riding the bus with the grin at Hawthorne.
Here we go. It's Hawthorne versus West Coast. Mitchell picks it up. Well, it could be worse, I suppose, Richo.
If you're going to kick that, Paulie, you may as well just give the ball straight back to the opposition.
Boots it. A solid mark from Redden. Sends the Sharon on its way. Strong mark by Brand. Brand sends one up towards the wing. What did they used to say at school? Butterfingers lets it drop. Dio throws it clear as day. Mitchell with the kick. Hand pass by Cheed. Shuey hand passes out to space. Good drop punt by Cripps. Vardy pummels him, but the kick gets away in time. Chalk up a goal for West Coast. Darling sinking his first goal.
Darling really wears his heart on his sleeve.
Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. McAvoy knocks it down the field. O'Brien with a clinical drop punt. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. It'll be all tied up if he kicks this one. Hawthorne add one to their tally. The first goal for Roughhead. Hawthorne are on the board. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Clean tap by McAvoy. A favourable bounce. Lobs the handball. You're gonna give it off. Choose to kick it. He gets above the crowd. A poor apprehensive kick from McAvoy. Gunston wins the marking contest. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. Goal to the Hawks.
Gunston can read the play really well. I think he's definitely on his way to becoming one of the best in the league.
McGovern with the interception. He gets tackled as he hands it off. He gathers the loose ball. Redden shoots it. Kennedy looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. He keeps his cool under pressure and kicks the ball out. He puts some power into that kick. Great mark.
Burgoyne doesn't need to run to every contest because he's just so great at reading the play. He can play a kick ahead or behind the play and still rack up possessions. McAvoy getting into position for the kick. Rough head with the ball.
Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines the shot up. A chance to add one more to his tally. Look at that. He's put it through. Roughhead with his second goal. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. McAvoy nicely outclassing Natanui. Shuey taps. Sends the Sharon on its way. O'Brien claims the ball. Well, you've kicked a few in your time. Do you give him much of a chance from here, Richard?
I reckon the distance might be too much from here, Dennis.
Bruce going for number one. The Hawks can calm down now and focus on increasing this 3-goal lead. Natanui without a touch. The clearance by McAvoy. Great grab. Gets boot to leather. Has clearly been shopping at Clangers or us. Schofield takes it well.
When you look at the set shots at goal, there just aren't enough scoring opportunities being created. Get the ball inside 50 and give your forwards a chance to mark. The West Coast forwards are dangerous anywhere inside 50. They just need to be given a shot.
Kicked by Schofield. The mark missed by Puopolo. Jenner gets the interception on the bounce. Applies pressure. He gains possession with the quick hands. Shuey approaching home now. Nice kick. West Coast in trouble. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Natanui hits it. Has it now. Smith kicks it a long way. Perfect timing from Duggan. He's a long kick. Nice contested mark by Shields.
Hawthorn are taking their time and kicking to smart options inside 50, and that's having a real bearing on this match. Sheed plays it off to the man on the run. Sending it on its way. Vardy marks the ball.
He plays on now. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Takes that one strongly. Bumps the pigskin. Roughhead. Well, some might call it smart. I call it a point. Hawthorn in front.
Schofield is a great kick, and if he can maintain that accuracy under pressure, he'll elevate to the elite category. O'Brien marks it. He steadies now in front of goal. O'Brien goes for goal. That's a nice strong mark. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Gunston shoots for goal. Gunston gets the goal. It's the Hawks with the lead over West Coast.
Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. McAvoy gets onto the ball. Natanui with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball. Hand pass by Darling. The spilled ball is collected. Frawley puts it on the boot. He spills the mark. Sicily controls it off the ground. McAvoy sends the ball on its way. As we go into the break, the scores are the Hawks 31, West Coast 12.
Hawthorn will be happy with the early scoreboard pressure they are applying to the Eagles. They are setting the standard out there, and it will be interesting to see how...
And we're back at it.
Never give up, never give in. And when the upper hand is yours, you may have the ability to win with the dignity that you absorbed the loss.
The ball goes out of bounds. Umpire lets it loose. McAvoy directs it down. He hand passes the ball. They've conceded possession. An easy grab for Barras.
Well, the Eagles haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. A shocker of a kick. Really solid use of the body to outmark his opponent. He lines it up with the goal. Shields goes for home. He gets it under pressure. Schofield kicks it. O'Brien takes the mark.
As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot, 50 metres from home. Roughhead takes the mark. Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies, just get them in flying formation. 15 metres out. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. McAvoy with a big fist on it. Brand on the ball at the moment. Pass by Nui. Approaching the goals now. Just in time with that kick. Not sure what he was trying to attempt there, but the ball has changed possession. Holds it too long. It's going to be a free. Kicked by Shields. McAvoy looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one.
McAvoy is the heart and soul of this footy club. I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon. Schofield boots it. O'Brien with good strong hands. He lines it up with the goal. O'Brien kicks for goal. Roughhead drops the ball. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Duggan passes it.
Good use of the body by Mitchell. Takes possession. Burgoyne running in, about to kick. Wins the hard ball. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. Lining up the goal now. 30 metres from home. All is in readiness. McAvoy taps it. Burgoyne has the ball. Forward momentum. His enemy there as he crossed the line. The umpire has thrown it in. Nui, try swinging your purse next time. Rich coming from the guy wearing makeup. A short handball. Shuey again, Richo.
Yes, super work from him in this match, Dennis.
Chips it down towards half forward. Nice mark under pressure. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop punt. Mitchell presents and takes the mark. He lays it on the boot for a giant kick. Marked by McGovern. That kick has covered a very long distance. Burgoyne soars over the pack and takes a ripper. He's got eyes like a pterodactyl with contact lenses.
When the forwards are marking the ball so cleanly inside 50 like they are now, it must give the Hawks a lot of confidence, especially when the pressure is on. O'Brien gets onto the ball. He takes possession.
Smith gathers. McGovern bumped. Gaff with the tap. Wow, what a hit. Reminiscent of young, lethal Lee Matthews. Behind posts should be cowering in fear. Sheeb hand passes. Smothered. He handballs it. Sends it on its way. Drops the mark and the Crummers are waiting. Lobs the handball. Approaching the goals now. Schofield claims the ball. Kicks into the middle. Smith had it, lost it. Rioli controls, kicks. I guess it was worth a go. A chance to add one more to his tally. He kicks it gun barrel straight. Bruce increases the lead. Hawthorn with the upper hand in this match, and it shows on the scoreboard, leading 49-12. All is in readiness. McAvoy aims for his man on the ground. Shields delivers the ball forward. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. Well, you've kicked a few in your time. Do you give him much of a chance from here, Richo?
This one's a dead set.
The Hawks have scored the last 4 goals. The Hawks leads by 43. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. One down by McAvoy. Shields with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball. Sheeb taps it, able to grab it on the half volley. Hand passed by Mitchell. He's running hot, Richard.
Yes, he's giving 100% right now.
O'Brien with another possession. I would have expected him to nail that. Schofield assesses his options now. He's just trying to find a loose man in the defensive 50. O'Brien with the mark. What do you think, Richo? Can he make this one?
He'll need a bigger kick than he has from here.
Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough? All is in readiness. Guided by that Nui. The ball in the hands of Sheed. Takes possession. Hits the running man. And he's heading for home. Gets the distance. Darling gets the important kick. West Coast should really pack up and go home at this stage. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Clean tap by McAvoy. Darling gets the ball. Gains possession. He gains possession. Redden ran to meet the ball and took the mark superbly. O'Mara kicking the skin off that one. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Trims the grass with that one. A mark by O'Brien. Now do you think he can kick this one, Richard?
He should kick this.
40 metres from home. He controls the bouncing ball. McGovern gets the ball out of the pack. Bruce in the back. Picture perfect drop punt. McGovern has a great set of hands. Fantastic mark. Sends the Sharon on its way. How did you see that last quarter, Richo?
Hawthorn need to become a team who always want to do better than others. Love the competition. Really stamp their authority on the contest.
And here we go for the second half.
Champions aren't made in gyms. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them. A desire, a dream, a vision.
Coughed up by Roughhead. The ball mopped up. He gets tackled as he hands it off. Schofield shoots off the handball. Rioli puts his head down and runs in. He has no trouble grabbing that one. He steadies now in front of goal. And looking to add another. Pinpoint accuracy from Roughhead. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who are we to disagree? This kick stretches the lead. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. McAvoy hits it. Scoops up the bouncing ball. It's impossible to outplay an opponent you can't outthink. Think about that. Gunston getting into position for the kick. Well, you've kicked a few in your time. Do you give him much of a chance from here, Richo?
I don't know if he'll make the distance here, Dennis.
65 metres out. Wins the hard ball. Puopolo setting his sights on the goals. Let's have the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. 60 metres out. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. 15 metres out. 15 metres out. Bruce getting accustomed to kicking goals. Hawthorn have scored the last 2 goals. The Hawks leads by 56.
Bruce has so much potential, he could just be anything.
McAvoy with the hit. Burgoyne feeds it wide. Gunston has a great set of hands. Fantastic mark. Don't take too long lining up for goal. Invariably, the mind messes up more shots than the body.
West Coast just aren't running for each other and creating any space to work into. And as a result, they haven't been able to earn many shots inside 50. Shields takes a shot. Schofield marks it.
McGovern was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did. The umpire says play on. So well timed. He wants to play on. Kicked by Burton. Strong mark. Gunston going for number 3. Well, for me, a few words come to mind for that kick, but none of them are allowed on air. What are your thoughts, Richo?
Total rubbish.
That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Their disposal efficiency has been fantastic, but West Coast need to begin taking more gambles if they're going to cause some damage on the scoreboard.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Tap to advantage. Takes possession. Mitchell boots it. Strong mark by Roughhead. What do you think, Richo? Can he make this one?
He's paid to kick these, Dennis.
45 metres out. Barras claims the ball. Off this side of the boot. So close, but just behind. That score is not going to help them very much. Disappointing kick there. A solid mark from Marston. He steadies now in front of goal. 50 metres from home. A 45-degree angle for this kick. Shot at goal by Marston. That was a huge kick. Malcolm Blight would be happy with that one. West Coast players with massive smiles on their faces now. They needed that.
Maston may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. McAvoy with first hands to the ball. Lobs the handball. Tackled, but gets the handball off. Darling is starting to get a lot of the football. Vardy will be praying he doesn't stuff this one up. That's 2 in a row for the Eagles. It's still an uphill battle. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce.
Nat Nui is superb with his ruck work. Once his eyes are locked onto the ball, there's little chance he won't get a fist to it. Schofield kicks it. Shuey, just the better man in that contest.
Sends the Sharon on its way. Marked by McAvoy. Sends it on its way. Great mark under pressure. Gets boot to high. Bruce gets the upper hand. Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. This will have to be his very best kick to score from this range. Kicking from about a 30-degree angle here.
Bruce, he's got good knowledge.
The ruckman. Good fist. Shuey on the ball at the moment. Redden with the ball. Dishes it off to the running player. And they like it behind the goals. He likes it. Goal. The kick is about as straight as a shopping trolley, and it's a goal.
It's great for a team when they have a winning ruckman who can really direct his hit-outs. The Hawks have had a superb supply all match long. Kennedy gets caught with the ball. Brand kicks it.
Collected by Sheed. McAvoy with the interception. Picture-perfect drop punt. Great mark under pressure. Jams it on the boot now. Taken by Roughhead. Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. Richo, you followed his career for a while. Can he kick this?
Should kick this 9 times out of 10, but you never can be sure.
45 metres out. Punched by that Nui. Gains possession. He hand passes the ball. They can't seem to maintain possession. They simply handed it over.
Shields takes a lot of marks during a game, but a lot of them seem to be juggled. If he can just get cleaner hands on the ball, it's just going to give his opponents less chance to spoil in the contest. Roughhead shoots for goal. Score for the Hawks.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. McAvoy wins the tap. Terrible timing by that Nui. Gunston was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. A monster kick will be required from here. Steady hands there as he holds that one. Schofield kicks it. Great mark over the pack. The loose ball scooped up. O'Brien with the interception. O'Brien shoots. It's kicks like that when players find out this really is a game of centimetres. I would have expected him to nail that. Jams it on the boot. McAvoy got under it. Sends it on its way. The contest, no match for him. Does he have a realistic chance from here, Richo?
He's a fair way out, Dennis. It'll test him.
Richo, what do you think about that?
Outplayed.
After the break, the players should be eager to get started and finish the game with a win for their side.
The more difficult the victory, the greater the happiness in winning.
Darling lays it off to the running man. The loose ball picked up. Hardwick boots it. He's no oil painting, but look at him climbing the pack like a pop-up toaster. He's able to thread a needle, and that kick comes out of the pack. Schofield puts it on the boot. O'Mara had no chance at that one. Hearn pummels him, but the kick gets away in time. Kicks it across the ground. Duggan over the top. Sends the Sharon on its way. Mitchell has a great set of hands. Fantastic mark. Chips it down towards half forward. And the ball goes over the boundary near the 50. We'll have a throw in. Here we go again. McAvoy got a fist on it. Schofield bumps. Big man does nicely. Football is not, never has claimed to be a fair game. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
It's time to roll the dice out there and see how the game might open up. Yes, West Coast might get hurt on the rebound, but I think more scoring opportunities will present themselves. Duggan thinks that was holding the ball. That's a very bad kick. That's a mark.
He has a mighty kick of the footy. Takes it well. Burgoyne slams it on the boot. The contest, no match for him. 45 metres out. A chance to add one more to his tally. O'Brien with a great kick. That could be the final nail in the coffin. The ruckmen steel themselves before the bounce. McAvoy gets onto the ball. He gets a kick out of the pack. Roughhead marks it. He steadies now in front of goal. Duggan is happy with that tackle. He's got him for holding the footy. Choose to kick it. A solid mark from Shuey.
Shuey really wears his heart on his sleeve. He boots it. He claims the ball. McAvoy kicks it. Great hands. Shields taking aim.
Goes for his 50. He spent that one before he had it. Lobs the handball. McGovern sends it out to space. Sheeb again, Richo.
Yep, Dennis, he's a class act.
It's like he has the ball on a string. Mitchell from behind. Mitchell whacks one on the boot for goal. Schofield ran to meet the ball and took the mark superbly. Couldn't stop in time right there. The ruckmen are locked in battle. Nat Nui taps, takes possession. McAvoy with a kick at goal. The Hawks beginning to apply their supremacy on the scoreboard with a lead of 108 to 37. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Might have to kick it to himself. Great mark.
Sheed's shown a lot of character with his recent performances. He gets boot to the ball. He manages to intercept the bouncing ball. Schofield with good strong hands.
It's a shocking kick. Marks. Burgoyne setting his sights on the goals. Close call, but it's just made it for a score. This kick puts them further into the lead. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Tapped by Nat Nui. He gets his hands on the footy. Darling dishes it off to the running man. He runs for home. Pressure didn't faze him. Kicks as cool as the other side of the pillow. Scoops up the ball. Puts the head down as he runs in. It goes through for a behind. That won't help. They need a goal. I would have expected him to nail that.
Frawley just has endless possibilities. I'm really excited to watch this kid grow. He marks the ball. Nice bit of power then. Slips through his fingers. Puts boot to ball. That's a mark. Barras pops to play on. He boots it. Redden with a strong mark.
Slams it on the boot. A great effort. Hardwick boots it. Hearn read the play better than anyone else and takes possession. Kicks. Nice hands.
Sheed is really starting to get into the right positions on the ground. Vardy with good strong hands. He steadies now in front of goal. Let's hope he's got his kicking boot on. McAvoy picks up the ball, puts boot to ball. Vardy with the shot. That one puts them right back in contention.
The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. McAvoy with a big fist on it. He has the ball, picked up by Sheed. He's running hot, Richard.
You're right, Dennis. I've just about run out of things to say about his performance. I'm just going to watch and enjoy this display.
It looks like they won't bridge the gap before this clock runs out. Disappointing kick there. Darling with the mark. You know more about him than me, Richo. Reckon he can bag this one?
He's a fair way out, Dennis. It'll test him.
65 metres out. Time running out and there's a big margin in front of them. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Nat Nui with the punch. Shuey hand passes. Boots it. West Coast were really taught a lesson today.
The Hawks established their dominance early and never looked like losing.
We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bumps with a grin and forth. Come what may, you'll find us striving. Teamwork is the thing that talks. One for all and all for one, the way we play at home. We are the mighty, mighty Hawks.
Final scores are 114 to 51. Well, that's all we have time for. We only part to meet again, maybe next weekend.
Team at Hawthorne, we're the mighty fighting Hawks. We love our club and we play to win, riding the bumps with a grin at Hawthorne. Come what may, you'll find us striving. Teamwork is the thing that talks. One for all and all for one, the way we play at Hawthorne. We are the mighty, mighty Hawks.
Hello everyone, I'm Dennis Cometti. My ally in the box for this match will be Matthew Richardson. Welcome, Richo.
Thanks, Den. I'm very excited about tonight's match. Practice matches offer the ideal scenario for experimentation, Dennis. And don't forget, practice makes perfect.
Tonight's match between... They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp and the crowd are appreciating it. The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banner looks... Here we go. It's Adelaide versus West Coast. Atkins onto the ball. Lovely hand pass. Hits the man. Betts drops the mark. Bumped by Walker. Schofield read the play better than anyone else and takes possession. McGovern caught with the ball. Sends it on its way. Duggan, the better man there. Boots it. He's no oil painting, but look at him climbing the pack like a pop-up toaster. Shuey kicks it. Nice hands.
Jacobs has got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. Sheed with the mark. That's a very bad kick. Hardigan with the ball.
Works it across the ground. Jacobs with the mark. Sends the Sharon on its way. Almost a touch of synchronized swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. Jams it on the boot now. A good mark under the circumstances. Nat Nui puts it on the boot. Smothers. Slams it on the boot. He gets above the crowd.
Shuey wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club. Strong mark there. Vardy lining up with the goals. He boots it. Darling with the mark. Lining it up with the goal now.
Darling whacks one on the boot for goal. Fantastic goal by Darling. Good start by the Eagles. All is in readiness. There's the bounce. Claimed by Jacobs. McGovern just got cleaned up and sent back to Neverland. Nothing presenting. He fires it to an empty space. Intercept by Jetta. Timely handball. Intercepted by Crouch. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Richo, do you rate him for this kick?
He's a fair way out, Dennis. It'll test him.
Jenkins might struggle for this distance. Not the easiest of angles, this one. He's taking the shot from about 30 degrees. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Sends the Sharon on its way. The mark is taken by Barras. He gives it a punishing kick. Taken by Shuey. Slams it on the boot. Nice hands. Bumps the pigskin. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it.
Kelly has no problems mopping up the loose ball. Mistakes are rare for him. Slips through his fingers. Laird there to mop up. He gets boot to the ball. Strong mark there. Jenkins lines up. He kicks the ball.
Schofield gets the upper hand. Gets the kick out of the defensive 50. McGovern takes it well. Jams it on the boot now. Marston wins the marking contest. He gives the ball a mighty roost. Marks. Nat Nui, urged on by the crowd, prepares to kick. Well, it could be worse, I suppose, Richard.
If you're going to kick that poorly, you may as well just give the ball straight back to the opposition.
Kennedy winds it up. Kennedy kicks for goal. Now that miss could prove costly. The Eagles by 7 points. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. There could be a short option here.
Darling, he's really starting to get into the right positions on the ground. He lines it up with the goal. The mark will be paid. Concentrating hard as he lines up the goal. Kennedy takes a shot. The goal for West Coast.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Bounce goes the ball. Jacobs punches it. Sloan onto the ball. Chips it down towards half forward. Betts sticks out his hands and collects the ball. The Crows get the scoreboard ticking over with that goal. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Guided by Jacobs. He gains possession. Intercept by Crouch. Goes by hand. Grabs it and takes off. Look at him go. Vardy only claiming a behind. He'll be disappointed with that effort.
Talia is just so creative that the coach has just given him the freedom to experiment and take the game on, knowing that he's just all class. He slams that on the boot. He takes a strong mark.
Would you back him in from here, Richo?
It's just too far out for him, Ben.
Going for goal number 1. Kennedy marks. He takes the shot. Oh, and what about that? That was really special. Kennedy gets number 2. The Ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Jacobs knocks it down the field. Shuey controls it. The ball in the hands of Nat Nui. Tackle, but gets the handball off. Hand passes. Kennedy did well then. The Eagles by 20 points.
Kennedy just has endless possibilities. I'm really excited to watch this kid grow.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Jacobs punches it. Takes possession. Picture-perfect drop punt. Betts made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. The mark is taken by Nat Nui. Not a pretty drop punt, but it gets away okay. Nice contested mark by Darling. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. He'll need his Saturday or Sunday best from here. A magnificent kick right through the middle. Kennedy with his 4th. He's certainly playing well. Richo has some stats for... And we're back for the second term.
Never give up, never give in. And when the upper hand is yours, you may have the ability to win with the dignity that you absorbed the loss.
Slams it on the boot. A solid mark from Jacobs. Gets boot to leather. Steady hands there as he holds that one.
Crouch has no problems mopping up the loose ball. Mistakes are rare for him. He drops the mark. He hand passes it. Shuey knocks it down. Good hand skills there.
Sheen handing it back now. Nat Nui passes to no one in particular. Approaching the goals now. Chalk up a goal for West Coast. Nat Nui sinking his first goal. This lead getting bigger now. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The bounce. Guided by Jacobs. He controls the bouncing ball. Sheen lays it off by hand. Darling put his head down, running for home. Just fell through. They increase their lead.
Darling got a really good footballing brain.
The bounce straight down. First hand's important. Is in his possession. He hand passes the ball. He smashes and bashes him off the ground. They've conceded possession. The ball spills to Lacroix. Handballs. Darling running in, about to kick. Chalk up a goal for the Eagles. They're starting to stamp their dominance on this game.
Darling just has endless possibilities. I'm really excited to watch this kid grow.
He'll get a free for that tackle. Far too high. Punishing kick from Shuey. Vardy presents and takes the mark. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. 30 metres from home. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. He was celebrating the moment that left his boot. Darling gets number 4. Look at that bounce. Nat Nui with a big fist on it. Lobs the pass. Hartigan brought him down, holding the ball. Gets boot to high. Clean hands with a difficult bouncing ball. Sends the Sharon on its way. He's no oil painting, but look at him climbing the pack like a pop-up toaster. Richo, do you rate him for this kick?
He shouldn't have too much trouble from this angle.
Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Clean tap by Nui. He's got the footy in his hands. McKay picks it up. Gives it to the running man. Handballs out into space. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Talia kicks it out of congestion. Nice hands. Shuey with a wobbly kick. Dowling marks. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. He'll need his Saturday or Sunday best from here. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. The Eagles by 50. All is in readiness. Methodically, the umpire bounces it beautifully. Hit by Jacobs. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Jenkins with the ball. Puts the head down as he runs in. Out of bounds near the goal. The umpire will launch it in from the boundary. The ball is coming back into play. Nui taps. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Goal. When he's on song, he sings a very good song. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Guided by Jacobs. Scoops up the ball. Moves it quickly by hand. He's got the head down as he charges home for goal.
Darling needs to practice his goal-kicking routine. It helps a player handle any situation in the game. If he does that more often, then he might enter the league of the elite goal kickers.
Hits the running man. Brown gets the interception on the bounce. A good mark under the circumstances.
The Crows just aren't running for each other and creating any space to work into, and as a result they haven't been able to earn many shots inside 50. Jenkins needs to get this, otherwise it's going to be harder and harder for them to come back.
The bounce is straight as an arrow. Good fist. Takes possession. Choose to kick it. Strong mark by Lynch. Can he kick it from here, Richo?
I don't know if he'll make the distance here, Dennis.
50 metres out. Nice work from Lynch. The Crows won't be so desperate after that goal. And there's the bounce. Vardy with the mighty fist. McKay has the ball. Gets boot to high. Takes that one strongly. Here's a chance for Betts. He'll need a long-range boomer from here. And he's kicking on a 30-degree angle. This could prove difficult for him. A magnificent kick right through the middle. Betts can sniff out a goal like a forest animal.
Betts is a smart guy, but he's got to keep a cooler head so he can make the right decisions more often.
Great bounce. Puts boot to ball. Oh, you can really tell he loves taking a contested mark. Kicks. Betts got under it. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. Betts with the shot. Great grab. Schofield kicks it forward. Shuey has it. Gets boot to leather. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop pass. He gets above the crowd.
Look, Adelaide haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. They really need a goal on board now. That's a great goal.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Jacobs got the hit out. Moves it quickly by hand. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. Dowling goes goalward. It's true. A 7th goal. That's incredible.
West Coast has an abundance of quality mids and small forwards, and they are just running rings around Adelaide. They aren't worried about playing on because they know they're probably going to get better shots at goal on the run.
Shepherd hand passes the ball to the runner going past. He just can't get out of the action. Sends the Sharon on its way. Richo, what did the stats tell us?
The Eagles is looking good on the scoreboard and they have the stats to back it.
The halftime break is over now. Back to work.
The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination.
Jacobs just squeezes the kick out. The loose ball scooped up. These possessions just keep ticking over for McGovern. Steady hands there as he holds that one. Works it across the ground. Crouched with the mark. Sends the Sharon on its way. Takes that one strongly.
Duggan can read the play really well. I think he's definitely on his way to becoming one of the best in the league. Betts has to get this goal. Adelaide breathe a collective sigh of relief.
Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce.
Jacobs has got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. Lynch claims the ball, he lines it up with the goal. Lynch takes a shot, it's on its way. Perfect kick.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Jacobs decisively. He threaded the needle to get the handball out. Darling running in, about to kick. Only behind. West Coast in front. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Talia clearing it out of defence. Hartigan presents and takes the mark. He opts to play on. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Takes possession. West Coast leads by 22. He gets above the crowd. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. This will certainly test him from this distance. Kennedy looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. Don't take too long lining up for goal. Invariably, the mind messes up more shots than the body. 15 metres out. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Nat Nui, try swinging your purse next time. Rich coming from the guy wearing makeup. McGovern wants to play on. Intercepted. Gets boot to leather. Casanova would have been jealous of that pickup. McGovern completely shanked that one. Out of bounds near the goal. We'll have a throw in. The throw is accurate. Nat Nui decisively. Bounces favourably for Crouch. Yeo passes. Darling going for number 8. Perfect kick. The Eagles have scored the last 2 goals. The Eagles lead the Crows by 34.
Darling is really good at reading the play out on the field. He just needs to start doing it faster.
Gets the ball out of heavy traffic. Duggan looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. Booted by Jenkins. Schofield has it.
Schofield got a really good footballing brain. Sending it on its way. Kept his composure then. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Knight has to get this one right now. Knight goes long and gets the goal. That goal could really swing the momentum in their favour.
Great bounce.
Jacobs, he's very loyal, but it's not that hard when you're doing what you love. Good hand skills there.
Nat Nui decisively. Jacobs aims for his man on the ground. He kicks the ball out of congestion. He wins the contest. Betts just gauging which way that wind is blowing. Looking for another goal here. Betts just makes the goal line. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce. Nat Nui with the hit. She was clearly holding the ball there. Bumps the pigskin. Taken by Jenkins.
Jenkins has got some sure hands. He doesn't often fumble the loose ball. He steadies now in front of goal. Great hands. He boots it. The mark will be paid. Jenkins taking aim, lining it up with the goal now. Puts boot to ball. Lynch with the ball.
Well, you've kicked a few in your time. Do you give him much of a chance from here, Richard?
He shouldn't have too much trouble from this angle.
40 metres from home. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. The bounce straight down. Jacobs with the tap. Jenkins gets the ball. Slams it on the boot. And the mark will be paid. Richard, what are his chances from here?
He should kick this.
The kick from almost straight in front of the goals. Adelaide have scored the last 3 goals. 2 goals will see Adelaide in the lead. And there's the bounce. Nat Nui not even close to getting a hit out. We might have to take a leaf out of the Karate Kid and sweep the knee. It's with him now. Betts. Drifts wide to go through for the behind. I would have expected him to nail that.
The Eagles just seem to hit every target with their disposal. They're just incredibly efficient in this match. McGovern mops up the ball. The ball is scooped up. Jenkins goes for goal. Jenkins has got it.
The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce.
Jacobs has such great hands. He always gives his team first touch, and he seems to always know who's in the best position to receive those clever touches. Shepherd shoots for goal. Shepherd gets the goal.
The Ruckmen, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Good tap from Jacobs. A wayward kick from Sloan. Schofield doesn't waste that opportunity. Quick hands find the running player. He takes the shot. They should bleep about Nat. Did you see that?
Nat Nui obviously loves playing for the club. I can't imagine him being anywhere else.
The Ruckmen, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Nat Nui with the hit. Crouch with the kick. Yeo with the mark. Kicks it across the ground. Nice work from Marston. Gets boot to high. Richo has some stats for us now.
Not a lot of difference in the tackling stats. The Crows are slightly ahead with 19 to 15. It appears West Coast have the upper hand in handballs, leading with 52. Not much difference between the way these two teams are kicking. Both fairly even on 65 and 53.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Richo. It's time for the final quarter.
After each game, I always wanted to be able to say I gave all I could. I gave it my best.
The ball in the hands of Darling. Darling takes a shot. Just fell through. This kick has extended their lead. That's 2 in a row for the Eagles. West Coast with the ascendancy over the Crows, leading the match 106 to 85. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Tap to advantage. He gains possession. Now we've got a ball up. Jacobs thumps it forward. Redden picks it up. Hand passes. He seems to have the ball on a string, Richo.
Well, Dennis, I just think he's having fun with them now.
Nice contested mark by McGovern.
McGovern can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match. Walker just wanted it more then. He steadies now in front of goal. Walker goes for goal. That's a goal.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Here's the bounce.
Jacobs has such great hands. He always gives his team first touch, and he seems to always know who's in the best position to receive those clever touches. The ball crosses the line. It's tapped down nicely. His run-up looks promising. Really solid use of the body to outmark his opponent.
Crouch lines it up, going for goal number 1. Crouch with a great kick. Adelaide will be trying to kill the momentum of the opposition. The Ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Jacobs gets onto the ball. Nat Nui hand passes. His kick slurs off the side of his boot. Great mark. He steadies now in front of goal. Lynch lets fly with a shot at goal. Looks like he forgot to practice his kicking during the week. Out on the full, West Coast free kick. Schofield kicking the skin off that one. Nice hands.
The dominance we're seeing from the Eagles at the moment has come mostly from their running goals. They just haven't been able to get up to the contests and take a mark inside forward 50. McKay kicks the ball. Jenkins with a strong mark. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Puts boot to ball. He wins the contested mark.
Lynch getting into position for the kick. 30 metres from home. Well, if you could hand-pick a position, this is it. Straight in front of the goals. Lots to go on the time clock as opposed to any other kind of clock, I suppose. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball.
Jacobs seems like he's enjoying his footy. I think he's going to be around for a long time. The ball has been grabbed on the bounce. McGovern takes the mark. He boots it. Betts marks the ball.
A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. A risky proposition from here. He'll need a big kick to make the goals. Strong mark. Schofield off the side of his boot. Over the top of the pack. What do you think, Richo? Can he make this one?
It's just too far out for him, Ben.
Crouch might struggle for this distance. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Slams it on the boot. Shuey made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. Yet another possession. Atkins plays a strong tackle and forces the ball to spill free. Nat Nui runs in. Clean hands with a difficult bouncing ball. Gets the distance. West Coast with a healthy gap on the scoreboard, leading the Crows 112 to 103. Jacobs didn't even get close to that tap. Crouch with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball. Lucky bounce collected. Yet another possession. He gains possession, is in his possession, wins the hard ball. Betts lining up. He steadies now in front of goal, 45 metres out. Just fell through. Goal number 5 for Betts.
Betts is just so gifted. Either side of the body, he's a champion.
Jacobs gets the tap. Shuey with the ball. Intercept by Cardigan. Gets boot to leather. The mark is taken by McGovern.
McGovern has super fast reaction time. He could catch an arrow. He kicks badly and it won't make its target. Nat Nui with the ball. Puts boot to ball. LaCroix takes the mark.
Richo, do you rate him for this kick?
He's a fair way out, Dennis. It'll test him.
Shot at goal by LaCroix. Nice work from Kennedy. Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. Kennedy pulls the trigger with the ball sailing for goal. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Claimed by Jacobs. Bounces favourably for Nat Nui. Dishes it off by hand. Redden wants it back. Casanova would have been jealous of that pickup. He passes the ball. Darwin. And the free kick's been awarded. There's one for the blooper reel. He holds his breath. Oh, he shanked it out on the full. He's kicked it out on the full. Taliak setting up the play. Sends it out of the defensive 50. Hardigan gets the ball. Gaff with the tap. Atkins hand passes. Cripps thinks that was holding the ball and the umpire agrees. Well, it could be worse, I suppose, Richard.
That was an absolute shocker.
Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. Distance could be the problem. A set shot on a 45-degree angle. He's played on quickly. He's missed the goal. West Coast leads by 10. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Taliak waiting for his teammates to break. They're using the Tokyo subway play. Nice contested mark by Jacobs. Puts boot to ball. Great mark under pressure. Lynch lines it up. You know more about him than me, Richo. Reckon he can bag this one?
I reckon the distance might be too much from here, Dennis.
Distance could be the problem. He has to play on now. West Coast have played some very good football indeed, and they've been Final scores at 119 to 109. Well, that's it. I'll let Richo say the goodbyes.
It was great being here, Dennis. I can't wait for the next match.
Thanks for joining.